All things considered, how would you evaluate your team's performance tonight?
I thought in the first period we controlled the bulk of the play. I believe we outchanced them. We were harder than them, and the second period they responded. Right, I thought they controlled the bulk of the play in the second period. We kind of exchanged lucky goals, so to speak, each team. And then in the third period, I thought our guys answered the bell pretty hard. And, we were rewarded on a great forecheck by Bourgault. And then, a greasy blue paint goal, Oilers Condor style.
How much do you kind of emphasize the fact that these guys haven't played for a long time or an extended period of time, and they're kind of just being thrown together and playing a game? So how do you kind of balance that in terms of having a high expectation, but also kind of giving the forgiveness that needs to be?
Yeah, we understand that guys haven't played some hockey, and if we're going to make some mistakes or there's going to be some errors, we want to be on the side of aggressiveness. So we focused on a few areas that were points of emphasis here in the first game, and I felt in those areas we did well, which is a good sign that they're coachable and they want some information. There were some things that we hadn't talked about that we didn't do so well, and as the tournament goes on, we'll try to pick a few areas and just keep trying to get better each game.
You talked this morning that you've seen some of these guys 2-3 times in the past. Guys like maybe Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg kind of showing their maturation out on the ice. What did you see from those two in particular?
Well, under the ice conditions, it was definitely a slow stomping in the mud style of game, but there was lots of glimpses of those guys, skating other players, right? With the puck, getting to the inside ice, Broberg wheeling the net and shaking off a forechecker, which in the ice conditions was tough to do. So I felt those things. There was a little bit of separation speed, and from there, the picture changes, and they're able to make plays off those opportunities.
Michael Kessering's goal, he goes on that marauding run, and, you got to kind of create your own luck. Can you maybe kind of talk about that goal and maybe overall the performance of your defense?
Oh, I think on that goal there was a little bit by design, meaning we want to see pucks at least end at the net. And maybe there's a turn back, and then they come back and protect the middle, and that chance never happens. There's some luck involved? Absolutely, but it was being a shot starter with that mentality, and you're rewarded sometimes when you're lucky and good. So from that perspective, it was excellent. Anytime to get a goal from your back end. As far as our D as a whole, I thought there were some great breakouts. I thought at times they looked a little bit unorganized, and we had some continued D-zone play, which was natural, Tony's point, as a first game. I thought offensively they got some pucks through. They did some shot off the passes, which was great. As some of the things we'd like to try to talk about and encourage. And there were some times that we overhandled and overthought, and pucks died, and we didn't get to the net. So those are things that we'll talk about. We'll remind them, and we'll just try to slowly piece forward on each part of our game.
How would you evaluate Fanti's night in net tonight?
I thought he made some big saves at the right time. I thought in the first period it was a tough one there where we were controlling most of the play, and then it was an attack on a forward back playing D, and it snuck by him. I felt he made a nice play on the down and in on the power play there late in the game, and I thought he made a really great play that he cleared the puck on the penalty kill there, and didn't allow any momentum. The message to him was, you made the save at the right time and were able to get the win.
Just going back to Dylan Holloway for a second, his physical ability, his ability to kind of get in the dirty areas and lay a big hit like he did in the first period a couple of times, how important of a factor is that to hold on to for him as he tries to vie for an NHL roster spot when it comes to main camp?
Yeah, I think the message to Dylan, and I have a really good relationship with him, is that those little things, and he likes that physical style of play, is that stopping on pucks and being physical and winning his little battles are going to get him in the NHL, but more importantly, they're going to keep him in the NHL. So he knows it. He's a young player. He's a young man. He's maturing, and there's lots of work to do, and he's just got to keep sticking with it.
Might be a smaller, quote-unquote, smaller decision, but giving Hamlin the C. Why James?
Well, James is someone I just love his story. As a real good point producer in the WHL. Comes in as an American League contract, and wills his way, into Bakersfield to be able to take a shift and be responsible without the puck, and be in shape, and be trusted by the coaching staff of the Edmonton Oilers. Now earns himself an entry-level contract, and you look at him over the course of the year, it's really difficult to find him doing anything wrong. you know, we joke with him that he's Mr. Do It Right, so we felt with his experience and with the road and that he's traveled, that he earned that opportunity. So that's the why.